Never ignore a chance to be kind because you never know who is watching. In a tiny village, hidden between misty mountains and endless green fields, lived a poor boy named Luka. Luka had almost nothing, just a crumbling hut, a patch of soil, and one loyal dog. But he had the kindest heart the village had ever known. One cold morning, something happened that would change Luka's life forever. On that morning, Luka had only one small loaf of bread left, barely enough to fill his belly for the day. As he was about to eat, an old frail man wandered into the village square, shivering, his clothes torn, his face thin from hunger. Would you give up your only food to a stranger? Luka did. Without a second thought, Luka offered the old man his last loaf of bread. The villagers shook their heads in disbelief. "Foolish boy," they muttered. "Kindness won't fill your stomach." But what they didn't know was this was no ordinary old man. The stranger's eyes gleamed with an unusual light. He took the bread, smiled warmly, and whispered, "Thank you, Luka. You have given when you had nothing. Watch and see what happens next." That night, the skies above Luka's home glowed with an unnatural golden light. The next morning, Luka stepped outside and grasped. Where there was once dry, broken soil, now stretched a field of golden wheat, waving under the sun, enough to feed 100 families. And that was just the beginning. The old hut mended itself overnight, transforming into a beautiful cottage. The almost empty well nearby began to overflow with the sweetest, purest water anyone had ever tasted. And Luka's little dog, once thin and sickly, now barked joyfully, strong and healthy. But the biggest surprise was still to come. Weeks later, a royal messenger arrived in the village, seeking the kindest soul to inherit the king's secret estate, a hidden paradise left behind for someone truly worthy. Of course, everyone pointed to Luka. The stranger, he was never seen again, but some say he was an angel in disguise, testing the hearts of men. One act of kindness can open doors no key could ever unlock. So tell me, if a stranger came to you today, would you pass the test?